I believe Cindy's gonna be here. Oh, okay. And Brent also did mention that he was not coming, so there's Cindy. Bob is not coming.
Okay, so give her a second to get here. I know, I stopped too. Remember that gazebo we used to have? So sad. Of all the,
I wish I did remember actually those days.
yeah, I know. Sad, sad.
Oh, okay, this makes enough of us, right?
This is all of us. Mark is on Zoom.
Sorry.
But no, that's okay.
I put it on my glass.
I tell you, me more and more, I did get my front porch painted today. All the paint off of me.
On my son.
So when you're ready, we'll start.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's call meeting to order, please. And would you take the vote?
Joan Eaton,
Here.
Mark Reynolds,
Here.
Frank Danzer, Bob Hamilton, Cindy Nealing. Here. Sean Platt. Here. Keith Prosser.
Here.
And, excuse me, can we get approval of the agenda?
I would suggest we switch the first item
Yeah.
to the second,
Second or third.
second or
You mean-
third, well, second and third, well, third one's mine too.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, so which one do you want to do first?
Well, no, just switch it so the people that are here can go first.
Okay,
Also, our agenda said we have minutes and we don't have minutes.
okay, no minutes.
No, that's fine. It's just that.
Well, since there's no meeting, we got no minutes. So it's okay. Okay,
So our nominants.
So switch
here
Paul and Ken Bennett
um,
with Tyre and Patterson.
okay.
discussion items, I'd like to have a brief discussion about the gazebo.
Okay. Yes. All right, anything else? Go hear a motion?
I would move that we approve the agenda as amended.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. And the audience business? Everybody here on the agenda?
Yes.
Okay, we're good. All right then, so let's do Tyron Patterson, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, we'll do first, because Sean's on the. And I don't have a chair for you, you're scooched up pretty close, so you can just speak from there, you know. Just state your name and the address of the property for us.
Okay, Tyron Patterson, and it's 506 Second Street.
And tell us about the project brief.
Retaining wall, we're replacing our retaining wall, and we're looking at, what types of, blocks and all that kind of stuff, and get the approval for it.
Yeah, it's the replacement of the failure.
The wall,
That's, I know, I have all that out in front of me.
you've probably seen it if you've driven up the past.
Yes. You hear this, you said about the past,
Yeah.
certainly have, wow.
Yeah, yeah, it turned into a much larger project than initially planned.
Yes. Yes, I mean, the whole thing, yeah.
Well, we got the house is now completely stabilized and it's not gonna go anywhere.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah,
That's reassuring, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about
Exactly about
the
that.
wall by the house.
the one that's halfway torn out,
When you go past the garage, the front of the garage, the beside.
the upper wall.
Yeah,
Yeah, that potentially, I can let, Don speak for that, but that, it looks like it might be, close to replacement. I don't know how many years. So that's gonna, what needs to be done, but
okay.
we're gonna be looking at options of that after we get the driveways back.
And at that wall, that part that you see there where the big windows are on that wall.
Yeah.
That's a facade, like somebody did a rose garden or something there, but the foundation actually goes to 14 feet down below that, so they did it mostly as a decorative, and it's not tied into the existing wall that's failing, so.
Okay, so is that wall staying there? That
It was
portion?
up to them if they decide, if you guys approve the block and stuff going forward. Because there was so much work that was done to the house. That originally we were set to just do the retaining wall and then we found the problem with the house falling and all that, so. All that's been fixed, and so depending on the budget and that, if we do that big wall and then the side of it is gonna be the.
So just to be clear, are we talking about the wall that's on the ground, or are you talking about the wall that's on the back side of the driveway? Up in
From
the front
from
yard?
the front of the garage back.
Okay, so that lower level,
Yeah, well, it's covering the foundation.
yes, yeah,
So
okay,
if it's getting removed, then the foundation's exposed.
yeah, no, we're not touching that wall, if we don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're deep into this already, so.
Yeah, yeah. So I've gotta understand what you just, I've gotta get placed. You're talking, when I'm looking at the house here, in this picture of the house, you're talking about the wall that is, comes out as far as the garage, but goes towards.
It goes back towards the back of the.
Back, yeah, and that at this point is made of what? It's.
So it's timbers on the front side,
Yeah.
and I don't even know if I would call that a wall in the back, it's more of a foundation or a footer.
Yeah, okay, but so that's the timbers I see as I.
Yes, that's what
That's
that
the
is.
timber section that runs from the garage back,
And that's non-structural, the part that goes to the back, that's all non-structural, they just.
but that's all staying,
As far as we know, yeah,
okay, and so the wall we're talking about comes forward from that.
yes.
Yeah, from the corner of the garage to the road.
From the corner of the garage to the road, okay, that helps a lot, that's, cause I was having a little, yeah. Which wall, and from the corner of the garage to the road, you want to use exactly what?
Versalock block,
You think where there's supposed to be-
it's,
So it's
a,
on the.
Is there a sample?
it's
No.
a solid block,
Said he was gonna bring one, did you bring one?
we do, but I can have my guy run.
So it's the same, if you're looking at the pictures of the houses around town, the blue house that sits up there, it's the same type of block as that house.
But it's not that block, John.
No, that's gray, and ours is gonna be matching, it'll be matching.
that's-
This one's
That's,
the salt.
that's appendix.
That's.
That's a-
I thought you had-
Yeah, I have a guy downstairs who's gonna carry one, they weigh 95 pounds a piece, so.
We're sorry.
Yeah, no, I think he was trying to see if you wanted to bring it in and bring it
I
up.
thought I'd kind of.
Yeah, we need it. Because we
Okay,
have to
do
get-
you need help?
No, go get it.
Oh,
He's got a help. He's got a help.
you brought one of the guys with him.
What a time.
Yeah. When did that happen?
No,
So,
how long have you had the house?
we bought the house in 2021.
November 21
21.
The failure happened, we believe in 23, and then we really got deep into it in 24, July 24. And
So
that's when we,
came up one weekend and saw that it looked a little bowed out, and I was like, well, this doesn't look right, and
The
of course.
wall to boat out?
Yeah, and of course, she's like, we need to get somebody here stat, and
Yeah.
so we did, we got an engineer out, and the engineer referred us to Don, and he was like, this is in failure, and I think that's when he contacted you guys and got the special permit to anchor everything.
Yeah.
And so we were like, okay,
yeah, the discovery of the house stabilization, so
Yeah.
we've done that.
so the wall was tied into the foundation, so as that failed, it was dragging the house.
It's going in the
And
house.
so then that had to be separated, we had to dig the entire foundation under the garage out and put those giant piers.
Oh, yeah.
And with, I don't know how many feet they had to drill until they hit bedrock to secure the house. So now it's secured, and then we had to fill everything. You know it costs more money to fill earth around here than most anything else.
Yep.
And it's just a little bit bigger hole, takes a lot more than.
Yes, yes.
Is this a tiny house?
This house was built by the Buckleys.
Yeah, this is
Right
a
next to the
tiny
bed and
house.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Is that Tommy Buckley?
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard some.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
Let's see.
so that's the bad
And so that's
side.
about, you can set it down on the table.
Yeah.
You don't need to hold it. What is exposed, that front part,
Yeah.
let's see? The top part is.
Yes.
Exposed part. Wow. Yeah, and it's gonna be basically that color,
Yeah,
Which-
we should get to get some brown and gray hues in it a little bit.
yeah, but it's a brownish.
Yeah, and I think there'll be some variances in there, so it doesn't look flat or anything.
Yeah.
And it actually
not-
really
not a great
matches.
thing.
The landscaping that the bed and breakfast has those same grays and reds and ambers and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good match, though.
Yeah.
That is a really good match, so. That's very much appreciated because.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yes, thank you. But we have to ask because, you know, if it were something just gray that was gonna pop right out of the landscape,
yeah.
we would be suggesting we try to make it.
Yeah, and I think like the color of the, like, for some reason Jamie and them have like a reddish colored earth in their patio, and I don't know if that's what they put in there. Cause my ground is not reddish colored like they brought it from Georgia, but that would match that really well.
Yeah, it's kind of flagstone color, yeah.
This is,
Okay.
structurally, this is, because it's a solid block, we put it 3 feet down in a footer in the ground. And then as it's built up, each block is segmentally pinned to each other, and then it's geogridded in. And we remove the mining tailings that are up there, which are not suitable to build on. We put road base back in there and we compact it every 8 inches, and that's how the wall's built. So structurally, this is a lifetime fix.
Good. Glad to hear that.
Well, it's a lifetime effort too.
It's, well,
You might own this brick, I hear,
yeah, there's a good thing to be in the boss, and I don't have to carry those, they
And
do.
it's already going down the stairs, almost been coming up.
Yeah, you can be in your mail.
We can take it out that door, just throw it out.
No,
There's 900 of those that go in that wall, that's the count that we have, so.
somebody's gonna be mighty strong before you're done.
Yeah.
Or crying.
I think that we would say that we really appreciate you thinking about what the color looks like and how this is going to blend into its surroundings. I don't know the particular origins of the ground, you know, because so many mills were up against the creek over on, that's from here all the way on up. And one by one, they died and faded out, and, you know, all of the houses up on Second Street there, from yours on up, are recent, belong to the, you know, last half or last portions of the last century.
And there's a lot going on up there, everybody that lives from their house up has contacted us about issues that they have up there. With the mining tailings and
Yes,
with all of that stuff, so we have.
It's also mills.
Spent a lot of time and money doing soil analysis, we've had 4 engineers up here working on it to make sure. And this type of segmented block wall is by far the best solution to everything. Otherwise, you're talking $300,000 per house just to drill piers in there to secure it, which is, it's just cost prohibitive to do.
Yes.
So this way it goes back to natural and it's all used. This block is 70% of what's used from Colorado Springs to Summit County, this very color of it, so.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to do it with
That's
this.
a Colorado company.
Yeah.
Right out of Colorado Springs.
Yay.
Yeah, well, they know the problem,
Yeah,
and it's certainly railroad timbers are not ever.
No, and you don't wanna use them because of the creosote, and then anybody who's using pressure treated wood, they use formaldehyde for that, which is supposed to be special cutting procedures, all that stuff, and the watershed you have coming from the Georgetown water supply, that comes down through here naturally, that that I would be more concerned about ongoing pollution of that than I would aesthetics. But if aesthetics can be met ahead of that, structurally, this is the answer for anybody up here.
Still gonna last a lot longer than wood, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, sightings.
Book two,
Book two, page 51, chapter 6, section 3. But I was thinking, actually.
You know, that was a lot.
yes.
Yes.
do you want me to put on the open doors for you? You sure? You good?
You're our hero.
Thanks,
I would have said they can come down and look at it.
I was serious, I was like, you can hold that block if you didn't. Yeah.
No, I don't.
There's, it's hard to find one. But,
There is retaining walls.
it's basically on page 52, not 51, because 51 is all about fences.
Well, 50 is retaining walls. Page 50.
50?
50.
Ah, yes, it is a retaining wall. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's interesting. I would, because essentially it says unfaced concrete and concrete block are not appropriate, but this isn't the type of unfaced concrete block that this is referring to.
Right, they're talking about cinder block.
Yes,
Yes.
it's talking about cinder block,
Right.
yeah, so no, we don't do cinder block.
Mhm.
But,
I can imagine that.
you know, I would
It's not
say
strong. It's-
they have minimized the height, I would say we could use D here and we could use, some of E here on page 50. And then what I looked at was under materials where it said if, other materials could be used, where was that? If we saw a sample, we've seen our sample.
Yeah, can I see that again?
Put on some car.
Yeah, right. You wanna race with that one? Page 81, new building materials. And it says under D that newer materials may be considered if they appear similar in character to some traditional building things, and this will fit into the bill nicely. And, physical samples of any of those materials must be provided, and we have seen the physical sample, and that's a D4 on page 81 from section 5.
Okay. All right.
Now, yeah. Thank you for saving a house.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's really my pleasure, I love it up here,
Yeah.
we're up here every weekend.
Oh, nice.
We live in Conifer and we bought this house, and we had had tenants in it at times, because we use the basement. And, yeah, like, you remember Thad and Fez, I don't know if you guys remember them or not, but they were our last times, they were great. And so it'd be nice to be able to Rent out the upstairs again.
Yeah. And know where it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So just for the board members, I'd have checked that on number 6, the condition of existing improvements is a hazard to public
Yes,
safety right now.
yes, it is.
It's just, okay. Any more discussion, comments? We'll hear a motion.
I move that we approve. The application for 506 Second Street. As presented.
We'll hear a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? You don't get to vote.
I don't get to vote.
Nice, nice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, we can get the permit now, we're ready. All right. Yeah, thank you guys, be safe.
Thank you.
You too. What a trial.
So, I know.
Okay, amount of money.
Which one you gonna start with? Oh, she, thanks.
Okay, which one do you want to start with?
513 Third. Yeah, 513 Third Street.
Okay.
And it's a retaining wall.
Are you refused?
Oh, refused.
Okay.
And we have a, this is a retaining wall completely at the rear of the property.
Correct.
And it does not come out to the front of the property.
It does not. It comes,
And its height is.
it is about 7 feet.
It's a tall thing back there.
That's right.
It's a tall thing back there.
Yes. And I believe
It's
it
right in
comes
back of where they are, right?
It's the next house up. Behind the next house up, yeah.
I
From where they
wonder
are.
what that whole hillside is made of. I mean, I think the
Tailings.
tailings, yeah, I
Yeah.
think they're all on the tailings thing, and that's what's happened to them.
Yeah,
Because, you know, the back of the house on the curve, the old Aspen Grove house that's now on the curve, that Bernard moved up there. That was, what's their name's house, but they have a shaft in the backyard. That's still an open shaft, all the way down into something,
Wow.
wow.
so yeah, I think
Not the one that
they're all
Joey used to
built on tailings.
It does return towards the street on the Centennial Mill side,
Yeah,
about 10 feet, I believe it is.
yes, but it doesn't bring it.
It doesn't come past the garage.
And you're talking about using this red rock
Yes, Ready Rock?
and the rustico to go with the.
Now they wanted to use the basalt.
Well, the salt would be close, just not the gray.
Was back there, the ground, everything's pretty dark. It's not the reddish orange that you see everywhere, the brownish and orange. But it's more gray. I thought it blended in a lot better than the rustico.
Yeah, because you don't want to be in contrast with your earth.
Yeah.
Right. And these are big concrete blocks. They're like 2,500 pounds.
Did you bring us one?
No.
Wow.
Okay, well, we have approximately the same sightings we had for the last one.
Okay, so just use them. I'll do that. So book 2. Page 50,
Yeah,
chapter 6. Section 2. 3. Section 3. Well, she said 3 at first, but I think it was 2 because we changed page numbers. I think it is 2. Yeah.
right.
Someone verify.
Retaining all this too.
Yeah,
Retaining wall, it's on 50 is 2,
so it's 2. Dang it, now I got more
I
something.
think.
Okay, D and E.
Yeah, it's section 2.
And then page 81,
Is,
D, section 5,
and that's the use of materials, yes.
D4. I'm gonna write on here, no sample was, no. Oh, no samples. Applicant was too lazy to bring a sample. Okay, so that's got our, any other questions or?
No, I would move that we accept the application for Collins and cannot at 513 Third Street for their retaining wall as presented.
Also noted on the form that the condition of the existing improvements is a hazard to
Yes.
public health and safety.
Yeah, it's probably slid towards the house. At least 2 feet this way.
It's not.
This is the old retaining wall.
Okay, did we hear a motion?
Yes.
We have a second?
I was second.
All in favor?
I,
Against?
And my,
Martha's aye. Okay,
And then I have 1501 Buckeye Circle. The owner is Jim Pittman. He would like to build an 8x10 shed in the backyard.
yeah. Buckeye Circle, it's under, and thank you for the plans, thank you very much, they're very helpful. Buckeye Circle is here and this says street also, so
Yes,
where is?
that's
he?
what-
That
What
is,
is that?
He's
15?
on the corner of 15 Buckeye.
Yeah,
oh, okay,
yeah, 15th and Buckeye.
15th and Buckeye. Yeah, all right, I think I know that. So he is back off of he's back off of Ferguson. Is this shed really visible from much of any place?
You might say from 15th a little bit, that's the only place. But he has a 6-foot fence. There's just,
Yeah, it runs all along there, right?
along the street, yes. So it's
Because he
not
has
really
no privacy
visible.
at all without that fence.
And there's another shed.
On the other side of the fence.
Well, there's no fence there in the back. That property line has been removed.
Oh, okay.
It's been deleted, so it's all one big property.
there is a fence along 15th Street.
That's along 15th Street, yes.
Yeah. It's a large fence along
Yes.
15th Street.
And on this drawing, you can see this, that's another shed.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the next lot, but that lot is all part of this lot now. The property line's been
You
deleted.
mean there's another shed right there,
Yes,
but it's now part of his lot,
correct,
so he'll have 2 sheds.
yes.
Do the sheds look alike?
They'll look similar. I can make them look alike.
Well, I don't know, but it just.
I was gonna match the siding, I was gonna match more of the house than the other
Yes,
shed.
it's especially match more of a house than you do the sheds next door.
But I can match the sheds too, I go either way.
I think we'll go with the house, yeah.
I think this goes back
Two or
there.
three.
That's.
This is book 3 and it is page 100, chapter 14, section 3.
So
It's
it's
an
a
accessory building, and the accessory buildings tell you that they are supposed to sort of tie into so how does this relate to the house and how it looks?
Well, it's gonna have a steeper roof than the house.
The house,
The house is basically
house is
almost a
massive.
flat roof.
the house is one of
There's a picture of the house.
The house. Where's the back of the house?
Yeah.
Oh, it's also cool to have a picture of the houses.
Yeah.
It's also very cool to have pictures of the houses.
Here's a picture of the front of the house.
Yeah.
It's on the other side of the shed. Actually,
On the other side of the shed, yes, and we're not gonna have a shed that has a roof like that.
No,
but this is a very simple roof. It is, okay, this is not a new, this is a new accessory structure, so
The
we're
roof does
on
look
page
like-
100, and I would say it's a section 1. And it's locate an accessory structure to the rear of the lot, and this is really to the rear of the lot. And then B, construction an accessory structure that is subordinate in scale with the primary structure, and it certainly is. And B2, it's subordinate in mass, scale, height, and all of those kinds of things. And it's not a pre-manufactured
No.
shed, it's a Sean built. And
The best kind.
then, and yes, it's similar to those seen, traditionally, yeah, basic rectangular form, C1. And its materials are T111.
uh-huh. That's what's on the house.
How substantial is T111?
It's like plywood. It's a plywood.
Yes, it's a plywood.
Yeah, it's a wood. It's not cement board or anything like that. It's plywood. With grooves in it.
There's goose in it.
Ruby flower.
Yeah, and E maintains simple detailing found on accessory structures. Yes, there's nothing magically out, jumping out to say, hi, I'm in the new shed in town.
Ruby shed with that.
Stop.
I hear you. Okay, anything else? You hear a motion?
I will motion that we accept the application for 1501 Buckeye Circle with citations.
I would second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
I,
all right. You want to sign it?
I will be destroyed for that. I have.
I know, I feel like everybody in here is kind of on a little space in this one.
there were a little something fine.
Okay, so what's the time go? No, it's else on our thing, so. Now we're down to discussion items. Kasia, do you have anything?
Gazebo.
Oh, yeah, gazebo.
What?
The gazebo.
Oh, the gazebo, just, now this is a
Maybe that
discussion
gazebo?
item. But this, it's just a discussion item. We all know that the gazebo are crushed by the tree.
Yeah,
One of the questions out there, of course, when the town is considering what they're doing, and any number of people have come forward to help. That's true, isn't it, Kasia? Because please enter this discussion if you feel like the discussion. One of the questions that runs around is, are we faithfully redoing it, or is there some leeway in what it looks like? I mean, its base can be saved. It's got 10 sides, which makes it totally unique because gazebos either have 8 or 12. They don't have 10. So we are keeping the spirit of our gazebo no matter what we put it. And you know, it would have its rail and it would have its post. The main question is the roof. And the reason the main question is the roof is that the roof that just got demolished is a very complicated thing to construct. So, if, and nobody's asked for our advice, but if we are a design review commission, I thought it would be appropriate if we have any thoughts about how necessary it would be to actually replicate that roof.
I was looking at the part that's left yesterday when I went by. It's historic. When was it built, you know?
It was built in the
Okay,
'76.
so it's not historic.
1976.
Yeah, so it has just hit its 50-year mark. But in the historic periods of this town, there are plenty of roofs that could go on it that still speak to
Yeah.
being a Victorian
It was kind of an
gazebo.
odd little roof.
was a very odd little roof.
Is the foundation secure? Are they gonna use the foundation and go up?
They think that the foundation's gonna be
Okay,
fine.
so it'll be 10-sided like it was.
It will be 10, we're
And-
keeping it spirit, it will be the
Okay.
same height,
Okay.
because we're gonna measure the heights of the pillars.
Mhm.
And the balustrade can be kept pretty much exactly like the balustrade is. I think the real question is that very difficult roof. And you have a couple of our contractors who, those little dormer things are plastic.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, we don't want that anyway.
Yeah, and so it sort of strikes one as though, what are we doing? So, somebody asked and, well, could we find ideas for other roofs? So I just Googled Victorian gazebos and there are all kinds of little roofs that would be.
Something simpler would be.
I mean, is it gonna be a backlash if we change the roof style?
And I guess
Oh,
that's,
somebody was gonna say something.
Someone is gonna complain.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we always complain.
But it's not historic technically, it's never been.
I think Mark has something to say, he's waving at me.
Mark, please, Mark, sorry.
One thing I'd worry about is the acoustics of that roof. When you're up in there and you speak, it's got such good acoustics inside that, underneath that roof. So I think that's something you have to consider. It doesn't have to be exact same roof, but have the same acoustic qualities.
I would agree with that. And I think one of the reasons that so many of the roofs that we see here have that same kind of pitch. They don't have to double pitch because that one had a slant and then another
Yeah.
slant and then another little slant. But as you pass this thing around, yes, they're all organized. Yeah, I think the acoustics is a very important part of it. But it is for all of these also. So
Okay.
I don't think that means that we have to have that design to have a good acoustics in it.
I like this. How about this 3-layer one? That's kind of.
Yeah, well,
I go.
Yeah. Yeah, this little middle one on the thing is kind of cute.
but I think, and so I'm
It's-
giving this
Yeah.
picture to Kasia so that
'Cause
people
I'm-
can play with.
Because I'm looking,
roofs.
most of them have a little.
But I think Mark
little
brings
thing
up
on
an
top.
interesting point on the
Yeah.
acoustics,
Yeah.
because we need to figure out a little bit better than, might want an acoustical guy to take a look at it, what height do we want it, what kind of materials do we want on the inside, so we maintain, yes, because you do want sound bounce. And I get that, yeah, I think
If
that's.
you
that's-
duplicate the inside of that roof, you could do whatever you wanted to on the outside, so to speak. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? Put the
Yes,
same
because-
pitch inside, use the same kind of materials, keep with the same measurements inside, and then you can jazz up the outside or not jazz up the outside. It doesn't have to have those cupolas on it or any of that.
Yeah, you didn't see through the little cupola.
No, you couldn't
So it's
see
gonna
up
be a
into
solid
it.
roof, so it's just gonna be the dimensions on it. We can do that.
Yes,
easily.
yes, yeah, so it's more to keep
I know.
the inner roof than it is to keep the outer roof.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
okay, that seems like a very, I mean, not that anybody's really asked, but if we wanna throw an opinion into the bucket, our
Well,
opinion
before they
is.
start thinking they have to
Be
replicate
careful
it.
of the acoustics, keep the inner roof shape and material and you can't keep the original, but keep that going and then let's look for something interesting, maybe to go on the outside.
Well, they
And
should
not-
come up with 3 or 4 ideas of the outside, how to look, and then we try to match the outside to what we want to do inside the roof.
Well, if we know what
Right.
the inside is, it's going to help determine what the outside can be.
That,
Yes?
that's correct, but if we come up with a style so we could point people which way, that might help them, I don't know. But
Okay, let's investigate, that's one of the things actually that a couple of the contractors have been saying they need to get. Before that is all taken apart, I don't know what it's that today.
Hold it out today, I think.
All of it is all the way.
All of it is hauled away. Did somebody take a look at the inside of that roof, maybe?
It's was
No.
smooshed.
It was
You mean
all
the material?
Yeah, I mean, we have. No, we didn't take measurements or anything of the demolished part of it.
Is there any of the roof left?
They shouldn't really demolished it without talking to us about it, number one.
Well,
It already
Even
was.
if it's a hazard,
it
even
was
if it's a
demolished.
hazard.
We just removed parts, like the parts that were destroyed because it's a safety hazard. We didn't demolish it, the tree
That's why we
demolished.
have, that's why we have yellow tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the tree demolished it, but that's,
Yeah,
But I
it
know
didn't come
Tim
down,
looked at
actually
the
go down
inside.
until they took the tree out.
What?
It actually didn't hit the ground until they took the tree out. It was still standing once after the tree hit it.
It's over now.
Yeah.
yeah.
Doesn't make any
so,
difference now. Yep.
Mashed, yeah.
And I know Tim did look at the inside of that,
We had Tim and we asked Sean also to go look at it before we touched it at all.
yeah,
I don't think Tim took any measurements of it, he just looked to see what could be saved.
Did we take any pictures?
There are a lot of pictures,
yeah,
not of the inside of the roof probably, I don't think it's safe, it was safe to go.
Yeah, it
on
wasn't
the
safe.
structure.
Well,
but I'll get back, we'll get back to him, because he was a little concerned about what, not concerned, but he was interested in what was the structure inside, because he knew you couldn't see, because he's worked on the roof.
There's a ceiling.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
ceiling, so I have the sense he probably knows what the ceiling was made of. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
because-
it was all tongue
Yeah.
and groove on the inside, and it definitely wasn't a flat ceiling, it was sloped up,
Yeah.
right, Sean?
Yeah.
It's just this,
Yeah, the inside was sloped. And it was wood,
and it was wood, yes.
and it was wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think we can figure out the acoustic end of it, but I do think that we're thinking about. So the inside's gonna be pretty much the same, and what we're talking about is maybe putting in our version, not ours, but 2026's roof on the top of it, and yeah, I think that's a reasonable kind of thing to do, because to try to actually reconstruct that given roof,
Yeah, if
it's just,
doesn't.
Yeah, I was curious to
doesn't
see
need to
the framing inside, how it was constructed, because it was pretty intricate.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it was pretty interesting, but the other thing is that I believe that we saved one of their posts, because that was on the saved list for, and the post, the angle on the top of the post tells you the angle of the roof. Which is a very handy thing, that's why one of the posts, being saved, but yeah, and the hope is, I understand, that we get the base and, finished and have a place for the band to be on the 4th of July, and we put a rail around of some kind, whether it's the permanent rail or whether it's not the permanent rail, so and I think that that's better than rushing into it and trying to throw something up and say it's finished before the 4th
Yeah.
of July.
The current intent is to rebuild it in a way that honors the original structure with consultation from Tim McDonough, who's a historic preservation contractor, as you know, consultation only, he's not interested in doing the work himself. And then we will put it out to bid to the community for contractors to let us know if they're interested. We have had a lot of people express interest in actually being the contractor that works on it. Whether or not somebody wants to do a different kind of roof, if we change it, we'll come back to you guys and to the board of selectmen, who will decide if we wanna change the roof. But certainly the priority is to have something that's functional for the 4th of July. It will almost certainly not be complete though,
Yeah.
so.
And right now, the bid would be for something functional for the 4th of July,
Yeah.
and would not necessarily include the roof.
Who wouldn't need the roof for the 4th of July? If you just had the platform with rails on it, that'd be enough for the 4th of July.
4th of July, yeah.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's what the initial bid is, because to send out a bid that doesn't have a spec for the roof means all the bids are,
Yeah, it's hard to.
yeah, there's no way to equally look at the bids.
I think if we're changing the roof, that is a big project that's gonna take an extremely long time to decide on something brand new, basically, that is still ten-sided, but changes everything, so I know that right now, at least, we were not intending on changing it, we were trying to rebuild
Exactly what was.
more or less, maybe with some updates, certainly to some of the functionality features of it, lighting, electricity, and if there's parts that are difficult to replicate, like Cindy, you were mentioning to me about the grooving, you know, maybe there's some technology that you don't have master woodworkers or something that makes something exorbitantly expensive or out of building code that we might have to modify, but the intent was to rebuild what was there.
So the bid that you'd be putting out now would include replacing the roof as it was.
Yes,
But we don't have measurements and we don't have,
we're hoping to find the original architectural plans. If we
That's right.
can't, then that would be a new discussion, so.
but at this point, we
Other
can't.
times you say,
At this point, we can't.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
you've checked with HGI, because I haven't followed up.
well, HCI it says they have no idea where they would be. And I suspect if I could have a whole day over there, maybe I could find them. But they aren't in Langdon's collection at DPL. And they aren't with the former firm that he was with, he's since passed away, but you know, it was designed by Langdon Morris, who was a well-known Denver architect at the time.
Huh.
But that's 50 years ago, so yes, the search for the plans, because that's a very technically difficult roof.
Mm.
So I wonder if it's best to seek out somebody to do the interim that we need for the 4th of July.
And then start with the whole thing.
And then because you're gonna need architectural drawings and specifications for the roof.
We'll have to have someone come out and do a design and that's around the community and all of that, so.
Or at least some presentation to the community of options, so if we wanna get ready for the 4th of July, perhaps the best thing to do is
Stabilize the base.
stabilize the base and get a good rail on it. And then with the other hand, start working on who could give us some ideas for some concepts, for the upper structure. Okay, yeah, but I think the commission is saying that an absolute, you know, to say that we absolutely have to restore it exactly what was there is perhaps not necessary. I mean,
Yeah, I would agree with that.
for all kinds of reasons. Fence is one of them.
Well, I was gonna say that I think that little gazebo was living her best life this last winter. She had all those little lights on. We'd go by and she just looked so happy. I was like, oh, and then when the tree, I was like.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like 6 months or longer? You guys had a discussion about repairing the stairs, rebuilding the steps. up there.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
God you didn't do that.
Well, it was longer ago than that.
Yeah.
Last summer or something. Yeah.
The first they heard was Foster's place.
Okay, that is all right.
Yeah, if you tried to cut that down and line it up, that gazebo, I don't know.
Aren't the pictures fun?
Yeah, they really are. And most of them are rather complicated up on top.
Yeah, there are some that are far simpler and but still beautiful.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be like
I don't
fancy,
think the
fancy.
tiers are gonna look quite right down there, but
What?
No,
the
the
tiers.
tiers on the roof. There's one that's got like three, it's very Asian
Asian
looking.
looking, yes.
Yeah, yeah, I think the simpler ones are the better. Oh, that's pretty cute too.
Okay, is it time that we should, on other things to talk about on the demo, should we ask folks to be looking around and take another look at our demolition by neglect list?
Yes,
Typical thing we do in springtime at some point along the line.
yeah.
How does that work?
Well, it works by Sean going up and down streets looking at buildings in
Okay.
one
I think we
section.
each took.
And maybe
took
you're
area.
going up and down
to
looking
do
at buildings.
it.
Just bringing in things to discuss, because we discuss them doesn't mean they make the list.
Yeah.
But.
So basically, we're just making a preliminary list and
Yes,
then
yeah,
Things
Yeah.
that-
but it
Pick
is
the
called
top three
everybody.
pageants.
Well, yeah,
Good,
not just
fantastic.
take ones that you think that
Yeah.
are really in dire straits, but yeah, we should come prepared to make that list. The third thing is that our guideline grant announcement is on April 6th. So we will know whether we have the grant at least, and that, then it will still be quite a process, because they know that we have an estimate, because we have to have one in order to apply for grant. But then they want us to sort of bid the project, so we got a couple of other estimates, so that, doesn't mean anything just starts super immediately, but at least it would get us underway.
Yeah.
And I've been staring at this thing, trying to figure out how you make it, less half the size.
Yeah, it'd be good.
I mean, it's very inefficient to work with. It really is. And speaking of efficiency, thank you, Keisha. This was the most efficient agenda.
It's nice. I noticed the new format. Yeah. The new
Yeah.
format.
Yeah, and it's very efficient. I mean, here's the building, here's the plan, here's the thing,
Yeah, but,
done.
yeah,
And
we don't
it's
need
nice
tons
to
of
see the tech sheet actually used. Yeah, okay, I checked off, we have these, that's all you need. Go for it. So yes, it's much appreciated.
Yeah. So I have one thing, and I know I have not been here a lot recently, so you don't need to discuss in detail, but what's going on with the Crazy Horse? Is it,
Oh, I don't
There
know.
is a final building inspection soon.
okay. That's enough. I just didn't know if it had fallen off the back end of stuff. There's a lot of stuff accumulating out there on the
There are
side.
a lot of projects, but we just spoke with the building official, Alejandro, our new one, on Friday last week, so, about it.
Didn't the whistle stop just get purchased also?
The last I heard, it was under contract. I do not know if it's been formally purchased.
Yeah, that's I think he wants to do a golf cart Georgetown tour
Oh,
thing out in there.
Yes,
that'd be fun.
he wants to do, he has a lot of different ideas, golf cart.
He's very energetic.
Who's the he?
His name is,
Frank.
Frank Kitty.
Yeah,
It's
Eddie.
pronounced Kitty, but it's spelled
Yeah,
H-U-E-T-T-E.
Yeah, he came in and bought one of my paintings.
H-U-E-T.
H-U-E-T-T-E,
Oi,
but it's pronounced Kitty. And he owns a house in town, but it's his second home.
hey,
Kitty,
Hitty,
Kitty.
Hitty,
Like HITI.
Hitty.
It's not.
But Huette.
Yeah, but it's pronounced like the doll that got lost, Hitty.
I don't know, sorry.
I was gonna say, wow, reference.
But that's the way I'll be able to remember it.
You'll see him soon because he has to come before you for his special use permit to rentals, so.
Yeah, fun, that's a fun idea.
We'll
That's a
see.
great fun idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to do like 1 hour golf cart rentals with satellite GPS, and he's trying to partner with HGI to do like a tour of the town.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
That'd
that'd be cool.
yes, it would be very cool.
yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Yes, it would be very cool.
yeah, he talked to me about wanting to have have different stops along the road that he can have people go in and. He also talked about wanting to get that bridge across the creek over there at 14 big enough for a golf cart.
It would be safer, but
The plan is to have it wide enough for a golf cart, but not 2 golf carts.
Not too,
That's the one.
one golf cart.
One golf cart at a
2
time.
golf carts makes it wide enough for a car.
Yeah.
Not two
So,
golf
Yeah.
carts.
1 golf cart.
One golf cart.
So did anything ever happen with those other 2 bridges that we had sort of discussed?
We have engineering, we have quotes for all of them,
Mhm.
and we've scheduled for next year for it to be a capital project in town. But 14th Street, but maybe the other ones, depending on how inflated everything is.
It's gonna be.
Other question, on this building. Is there any way we can help them get it painted? I understand we have a lead paint problem, but
I don't think the town can with the lead paint problem, it has to be mitigated, so we. You know, it could be part of I know we sort of been talking about the grant program, but the quote we got is pretty expensive to the mitigation on that building, so.
what do they think they have to do?
On the museum house,
On the museum,
there's hardly any paint left.
yeah, but it's.
I mean, seriously.
I need to double check, so don't quote me on this, but my brain is telling me it was like 10,000.
Wow.
For the mitigation of the lead paint?
For mitigation of the lead paint, that might have been including like the asbestos on the back of the roof up there too.
There's not any.
We put a new roof on that.
There isn't any anymore, but when we had them come out and do the testing, there was old roof tiles that we cannot confirm or deny if there was asbestos in them or not, so.
I don't think
Which
those are
was
there
mitigated
anymore.
by a local contractor on his own time, so
Yeah.
not anything to do with the town.
Okay.
So we have a mini grant program possible.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if we're not painting it?
I think that the town doesn't get involved with paint projects, period, so.
No, but I mean, if he applied to have a mini grant under our preservation mini grants, because
You're saying if we pay for it, but it's not us, I think we're still liable in that situation,
yeah, well, so do I, but I just thought I'd floated.
if we contract it out to a professional, they would assume that liability by. Maybe, like, we couldn't do it for volunteers, like, we couldn't have
No,
volunteers do
no.
it, couldn't pay someone directly to do it, but we maybe could. Hire a professional that's responsible for doing their own checks on that kind of thing before they paint it. Also,
Yeah, cause
probably
somebody
a
could tell
tricky
what
question that I shouldn't answer.
not worry about any of it, because that's, you know, we're
Down to
two
the
one
shiny,
houses
you know.
around here. Yes, I love the picture, I love the building, it's hard, walk by it 4 times a day.
Yeah, there's some other things with that building that I can't talk about that need to be resolved also.
Okay. All right, guys, are we ready to adjourn?
I think so.
Okay, let's
We
adjourn.
have no minutes.
No, we got a minute.
Have them in the page.
So we're adjourned. Mark, thanks.